You are watching Seven Rivers Sports here on KQET. I'm your host, Terry Erickson. Each week, an inside look into sports, wellness, and fitness. Today, a special show because we're joined by three members of the Mississippi Valley Conference champion Holmen Viking boys soccer team. Set records in Holmen. Our guests today, Jacob Clements, Jackson Lutz, and Matt Espelien. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As we tape the show here, shortly after the season ended in November, and here we are on December 10th. It just so happens that a few days ago we broadcast the Holmen Logan boys basketball game, and our star from the soccer field happened to be one of the leading scorers and did a great job in the basketball game. What do you think of that? Is that good timing or what?
Yeah, it's great timing. That was a good game for us. We needed that win. It was the first conference game, and we knew Logan was around the same caliber as we are, and it was a big game for us.
Jacob Clements, soccer, basketball, track and field, all academic, all conference, and so you jumped right from soccer, and just a few days later, a week or so, you get right into basketball. So it didn't take you much time to make that transition, and you did it well.
Yeah, there was about a week that we had off between soccer and basketball, and definitely I had to do a lot of effort to get ready for basketball because I was not doing anything basketball related during soccer season. And then, yeah, so I went to the Y a bunch and just got ready for the season that week.
Well, Jackson Lutz, there's so many good things we could just talk about you the whole time, but your teammates would like that very well. So, but you're a captain, most minutes played. By the way, this Holmen team, we should set the bar. We should set the plate here before we get into detail. First Holmen team to ever advance to state in boys soccer, 22-2. Lost to Oregon 3-0 in the state finals. MVC champs 2 years in a row. You ready for this record? 24-0-2 in the past 2 seasons, and mainly due to these three Holmen student athletes. You were a big part of that, Jackson, as a junior.
Yeah, I really, it looked, as our whole life we've known, I've been playing with these guys and we've known we could do something special for this Holmen program, really set the bar for future teams that come in, and I think this year we've truly proven that this small town Holmen should be put on the map.
Well, you are on the map, not only because you did it the right way. Now, here's just to go back in time. When you started the program in 2007, not much success. And it was in the infancy stages. And Holmen's never been known for soccer. When you look at the MVC, you think of Central, you think of Aquinas, you think of Onalaska. And now the attention is turned to Holmen. Is that part of maybe the youth program and your dedication to the off season? Talk about that.
Absolutely. We had some great coaches that really brought us the love of the game. Our coach now, he's doing a great job with the players, and I think the way that they train us is really great for the program.
Matt Espelien, junior, position, 14 goals, 9 assists, one of the highest soccer IQs that has ever played at Holmen. But that's because you understand the game. A lot of people play the game, but you, Matt, understand the game.
Yeah, I love being around the game, whether it's watching, practicing, playing with friends. I want to be around it all the time. I think that helps a lot.
Jake, I'm always intrigued by watching practices in any sport because, a lot of people focus on games, and I do too, but I look at how teams are developed in practice. A lot of players don't like to practice. They just sort of save themselves for Friday night lights, kind of, so to speak. But go through for our viewers a Holmen high school soccer practice.
So we'd all get there right after school and try to get warmed up pretty quickly so we have enough time to do everything we want. And yeah, we warm up, then do a little something to get our touch back to us, so like passing and stuff. And then we jump right into it, whatever our coach has planned that day. So we do some small-sided stuff, and work on our passing or defensive work or whatever he has planned, and then we normally gradually get into a bigger-sided game.
Is that kind of, go back in time, is that how practices were run when you were young? And talk about, so our viewers know, how your love of soccer started.
So my love of soccer came at a very young age. I played when I was like 4, and I've just always played since then. I play a lot of sports. But then VISA, Viking Youth Soccer Association, was created, and I know I was the first team to be on that, and we had a coach that just really pushed us, but also instilled a love of the game to make it fun. And ever since then, we've been playing every year, and then gradually playing more throughout the season. So like spring, winter, summer, and year-round basically came when I got like high school. I just love the game.
I know, Jackson, you love the game too, and you started when you were young, and you have attained a level of excellence that's unmatched for somebody that is your age, your contributions. Go back down the yellow brick road to your introduction into soccer.
For me, it really started with, so when we were younger, there was 2 teams. We mainly just played in the area, and these 2 Holmen teams would meet in every tournament we played in the championship. That year, our 2 coaches, the one that Jacob was talking about was Nick Turner, one of my inspirations for soccer. He made us realize that we could be really good and put those 2 teams together to really travel outwards towards Madison, all the better competition in the state.
Well, Jackson, captain, most minutes played. You stopped 92% of the shots directed to you as a goalie. The confidence grew. Your coach had nothing but high praise. Guy Turner, about what you have accomplished. Your confidence was just at an all-time high as you went into state level play. Talk about that.
For me, it's mainly the better the teams, the better I seem to play. And as I kept making more and more saves, better and better, my confidence kept growing. I think it helped my team to see that I was confident, and it gave them a confidence boost. Like, it helps knowing that behind that defense, there's always someone to have your back.
And you're right. And in talking to the coaching staff too, they said about you, Matt, that you not only have the high IQ, but your work habits. You're always a threat to score, and offensive player of the season in the program. And you just contributed more than perhaps you even thought.
Yeah, I came back kind of in the middle of the season, and I had to jump right into the swing of things. All the players were already set, most of the positions were already in, and I had to do my best and work my hardest to show that I can belong in this program. And yeah, I think it was great for me.
One of the things our viewers don't know is that you worked to hone your skills by taking a trip over to Greece.
Yep.
That is an interesting part of your story. Talk about that.
So this past summer, I had the opportunity to go train with a pro team in Greece, it was a Division III team, and it was just incredible learning that I can still play with these guys even though I don't speak the same language, but just the level of understanding is there.
Well, what was the highlight of that trip, and how did you get selected for that?
The highlight, it was just probably playing soccer at just a completely different level from what I'm used to around here. And I got selected. The coach on my club team here, LCRS SC, Greg Solieris, he had some contacts, and I guess he just thought that I was able to go play over there.
Well, there's a couple guys sitting next to you that maybe you could take along next summer to get an experience like that too, because they have the skills probably to do the same thing you did. You're pretty darn fortunate.
Yeah, I think everything just lined up for me. I worked really hard for it over the last couple of years, and I think the opportunity was there, and I wanted to take it.
What advice would you give to young people that maybe want to have the opportunity to take that trip or just play high school soccer?
I think for anyone, it's just develop a love for the game. No matter what you're doing, have fun with it. Always be around a ball if you really want to improve. Just love what you do.
And Jackson, your advice to young people is similar?
Yeah, I would say, like, my philosophy throughout my life is take your chances, take your goals, achieve your goals, and work towards them. Even if you're scared or if you have some sort of fear, it's in the long run, you'll probably overcome that fear, and you'll look back and realize it's one of the best decisions you've ever made.
There's a lot of people watching the show, young people that someday would like to be a Jacob Clements too. How do they do that?
When you're young, play as many sports as you can. Just have fun with it. But then if you want to specifically play one sport when you get older, you got to focus on it. And like Matt said, always have a ball with you. If you're in your house, just dribble around with it, juggle. Just do something with it. Constantly be with the ball. And then try to get as many opportunities as you can to play with other clubs and teams throughout the season and this year.
Good. Always have a ball in the living room and try not to knock a plant off the vase or off the and the light off the nightstand or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've done a few of those in my time.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys probably have too.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yep.
all right, well, we're going to come back and we're going to talk more. We're going to get to know our guests a little bit up close and personal right after this break.
With our busy lives, it's a comfort to know that we can still remember loved ones in a traditional way with a monument. Lewiston Monuments in Lewiston, Minnesota has been helping families purchase a monument for over 4 generations. You'll find a large selection of beautiful granite, marble, and bronze monuments, all at competitive prices. And they're a full-service company, so they also do straightening, cleaning, and repair of monuments. Stop in or call for a no-obligation consultation, or visit lewistonmonument.com for more information.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Sports again. Our guest today, it's a special show because we're honoring the NBC soccer champions 2 years in a row, and a soccer team from Holmen High School, first time ever advancing to state. The guests, Jacob Clements, Jackson Lutz, and Matt Espelien. As I look at your resumes, as we talked before we went on camera, student first, athlete second. A lot of athletes get that confused. Not you three. Talk about the importance of academics to you, Jacob.
Yeah, academics is a huge thing that I have to focus on. And ever since I was really little, my parents have instilled that school comes first, then sports. So you come home, you do your homework right away before you're able to go do anything else, hang out with friends or play soccer or anything. You gotta get your schoolwork done. And then if you're slacking in class or something, you gotta fix that before practice. So if you have practice after school and you're failing a class, you have to make up that test or whatever it is before you can practice.
So you're saying your parents really stay on top and monitor your grades?
Yeah, they have been, yeah. Ever since I was young.
Is that something that concerns you a little bit, or do you enjoy kind of that oversight?
I like that. I like having someone there helping me, but also being that guiding hand helping me to getting better.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, that right there and that answer tells our viewers a little bit about who you are. A lot about who you are, actually. But you don't take a back seat to that either, Jackson. You are the same kind of student.
Much like Jacob, when I was younger, my parents would always make me do schoolwork before I could go out and play or do anything with friends. They've kind of laxed off a little bit because I've gotten used to it as a person, so they don't really have to be on top of me all the time anymore. I kind of know to get my schoolwork done and be on top of my grades, otherwise it could affect the team in a negative outcome and it'd be just one less person that could play.
Hardest class for you, Jackson?
Right now my hardest class is probably anatomy and physiology. It's by far my class I enjoy the most, and I just enjoy it. Makes you really work hard, but in the end, it's a fun topic to learn about.
just to make you feel a little bit better. It was my toughest subject too, so I didn't love it, by the way. So that was one difference between you and I. Well, look at your resume, Matt Espelien too. You're all academic, and you're at the same level your friends are here on the set.
Yeah, for me, it's I like to have a really good work ethic with whatever I'm trying to do. So I may not be the greatest at school, but I just try and work really hard to keep my grades up.
Does it take some effort then?
Yeah, absolutely. I probably have to study a lot more than what these two do, but I'm all right with that.
Well, by the way, that described me too. I had to put a lot of effort into it, but it came out well in the end. So going back down to people that, we all have people that still to this day inspire us, but inspired us even perhaps more, Matt, when you were young to be a student athlete. Who was that?
I think it was probably my dad. He just the way that he brought me up was, I think, really beneficial to who I am as a person now. He was a great soccer player when he was younger, and he just, again, like me, has a really hard work ethic, and I really admire that.
And how about you, Jackson?
Yeah, my dad and my mom for schoolwork have been really a great help throughout my life. They've always helped me in the subjects. Like, if I don't know it right away, they're always there to help me out. But on the soccer side of things, my coaches, Nick Turner, and my coaches throughout my youth childhood have really pushed me to be better.
And I know, Jake, I know you a little bit, and I know there have been many people that have encouraged and inspired you.
Yeah, in life, definitely my brother. He was a great role model, and it's like someone that you looked up to and you want to follow him and be like him.
Why is that?
Person. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met. He has a really strong work ethic, and if he has something that, he's very transparent, so if he has something he doesn't like about you, or there's something that he wants to tell you, he'll just tell you. He doesn't like beat around the bush or anything. But then in soccer, he does not play soccer, so it's not my role model for soccer. But for soccer, it would definitely be Nick Turner when I was younger. He, before practice, I would show up half an hour before, and he would come half an hour before, and he would show me moves and just different things, and it really inspired me to be better.
Well, you were Player of the Year, you're varsity captain, all conference for 2 years, all academic, and you achieved a tremendous amount of success, partly because of who you are. But what's your philosophy as an 18-year-old student athlete? Do you already have a philosophy of life?
Yeah, God gave you a gift, and you got to use it to your best ability. So, or do what God wants you to do. So, He gave me this gift of being athletic, and got to use it.
So, like a lot of people have said, to sacrifice the gift is a tragedy, to say the least.
Yeah.
You have not sacrificed your gift. What's your biggest gift?
I'm very athletic, but besides that, I also think I'm a good person, and I'm able to help my friends out if they're down, or just have fun with them too.
You're a leader, so what if your friends are down? What if somebody's struggling?
Yeah.
Academically or socially, how do you intercede and help them?
So in our past, for soccer, every Wednesday we had an hour of, we called it like a study session, and there was one time where I had a teammate that was down and wasn't doing well in grades or anything, and I stepped him aside, brought him into another room, and I helped him with his homework, and just tried to talk to him like, so what's up, how's it going, what's going on, has anything happened at home, can I help you? And that helped him. He got his grades up.
Now, here's what's interesting about that, Jake. You are not told to do that. You just felt the need to do that, because that's who you are.
Yeah.
Well, your philosophy of life, Jackson, you're a deep person too. Share that for our viewers.
Well, for me, throughout life, I've been kind of nervous about like first-time occurrences. So like, I'll get really worked up and nervous if I've never done something before. But then I'll go and like go through the process of what I was planning on. Like even coming on the show, I was a little bit nervous, but I really enjoyed it last time we taped, and I'm enjoying it right now. And I just look back and realize it's a lot of fun, and you can just enjoy it a lot.
In case you don't know, our viewers and the host enjoys you too. So, and I know there's a considerable amount of depth with Matt. You have a philosophy. You're a leader. Define leadership and your philosophy.
For me, leadership is just trying to be the best person that you can and lead whatever group that may be, but just have people try and look up to you. You might not always make the right decisions, but you're trying to do your best for what you think is right. And my philosophy, I try and take the experiences that happen to me and think of them as positive or at least beneficial for trying to make myself better.
All three of you had injuries too. Sometimes injuries just take a player down, and it's very difficult to come back. But your resiliency, your passion, your perseverance, and kind of going along with who you are, you had a tough vertebrae injury, Matt, but you were able to come back and show your true color.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, I fractured my vertebrae in my spine and tore a muscle in my back. I was out from sports for around 9 months, and that was really tough for me.
And Jackson, you've had some ankle injuries and so on, but you haven't let that take you down.
No, I sprained both my ankles multiple times, and it really does hurt a lot, but it takes about 2 weeks or so to come back from those, and now it's almost just a common occurrence to roll an ankle or something, but you always know you gotta get back out and stay physically active.
I know, Jake, you and I talked off the air about your injuries, which, again, you came back because of who you are.
Yeah, sophomore year I broke my ankle in a game, and I was out for the rest of the season. But I did come back the last game and play a little bit. But ever since then, my ankles have just been kind of really sore, and they are easy to be rolled again. So in the beginning of this year, I rolled my ankle in the first game, but it was my senior year, and I told myself I'm playing through this. I'm not sitting out any games. So the first 3 weeks I played with a sprained ankle.
You're a hard worker too. In fact, you said one of your sayings is hard work beats talent. Do you want to finish that?
Yeah, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Boy, isn't that the case? We all see talent, gifts, incredible skills. Sometimes they don't develop because the work habits don't accompany those skills, those gifts. Have you seen that?
Yeah, especially in high school, you see a lot of people, or you see a lot of players that are good, but they're not great. If they're good because they take their skill and that's all they use. They don't put any effort into it. And then you also see the opposite where they're good. They don't have the skill, let's say, but they have the work ethic. So if you have both of those, you can be a great player.
You're the only senior on the set here, and one of the few seniors on the team. And so what's next? The next chapter of your life begins as graduation in May, and and there is no question in my mind that Jacob Clements will be a huge success. I'm not wrong when I say that. Where's that going to take you?
I'm looking to play college soccer, and I'm narrowed down to a couple colleges. And besides that, I really enjoy computer science, and that's what I'm going to pursue, and that's what I want to be when I grow up, is be a computer programmer.
And do some coaching too, and being a leader in your community. We hope it's back in the greater La Crosse area.
Yeah, we'll see. I actually haven't really thought much about coaching or anything, but I can definitely see myself doing that.
And Jackson, you're just a junior, so you have a whole season ahead of you. And are we going to see the Holmen Soccer program even get to another level, win another MVC championship, and repeat that trip to state?
We're really hoping so. We're thinking next year could be even better than this year with 8 of our 11 starters coming back. And the majority of us, I think we'll have 14 seniors next year, so we'll be a very mature and strong team next year.
I don't think the other teams in the MVC like to hear that. You're bringing back all those returning players. And I have no doubt in my mind that Matt Espelien is going to have another incredible season next year.
I'm really looking forward to it. I think there's a lot of things for me that are coming up that'll really help with soccer, and I'm really excited to bring that back to the team next year.
And again, as we tape the show here, the week of December 10th, Christmas right around the corner, and Christmas is a special time for you. What are your Christmas plans, Matt?
I always love to go up and visit my family in Minnesota. Pretty much all of my grandparents, cousins, they all live right up there because both my mom and dad were around there, and that's always a lot of fun for me.
And you'll be a celebrity after being on the show and having all the success as a student athlete, and you're probably a star too in your family, Jackson.
I guess you could say that. This interview, my family has been pretty excited about it for a couple weeks. Like, last time they taped like multiple sessions of the show to see where it was at, and unfortunately it didn't air, but
well, it's airing in just 2 days on December 12th, and of course something tells me that as we close the show that Jacob Clements, you're already the shining star in your family. And is that going to be you're going to be formally anointed on Christmas Day?
I don't know about that, but I have the privilege that our family's going to Mexico for the holiday break, so I'll be in Mexico over Christmas, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Have you told your basketball coach, Steve Blank, at Holmen High School that you're going to be missing some time?
I have, yeah. Luckily, I'm only going to we planned our trip, so after one of our games, I'm leaving, and I'll be back the day before our next game.
All right, good timing. Well, I think you could tell by my questions and my reaction that it's been a privilege not only to have you on the show and celebrate your success, but just to get to know you. You always want to associate with people that are going to lift you up, and you three today, Jacob, Jackson, and Matt, you lifted me up, and our viewers, so thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
thanks for having us.
We'll be back with some closing thoughts and some film clips from a basketball game that Jacob was playing in right after this.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
Who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is our business.
When you're faced with the decision of selecting a monument to honor someone dear to you, call Lewiston Monuments for a no-obligation consultation. Lewiston Monument is a full-service monument company, serving families in Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin for over 4 generations. You'll find beautiful granite, marble, and bronze memorials, all at competitive prices. Their experts can help you design the perfect and unique memorial. Lewiston Monument. Call today or on the web at lewistonmonument.com.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Sports. Well, Rick and I were at the Burning Ferry Fieldhouse in Holmen for the NBC opener, the Vikings versus the Logan Rangers. Steve Blank's Vikings took an early lead, shutting down the Rangers shooters and building a 6-point lead at halftime behind the outside shooting of Jimmy Gillespie. In the second half, senior Sawyer Phillips went to work, scoring 10 of his team-high 14 points. Kevin Cable added 9. Logan stayed in the game with solid defense and a balanced scoring attack. Junior Jackson Hamilton scored a game-high 15 points, 11 of those coming in the first half. Junior Ja'Kai Funches added 8 points. Logan fell to 0-2 while the Vikings moved to 2-1. An exciting season ahead for Andy Fernholt's Rangers and Steve Blank's Holmen Vikings. Final from Holmen, the Vikings 53 and the Logan Rangers 47. Well, it's been a good show this week. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be back next week, more here on Seven Rivers Sports. Trust that you will have an exciting and a healthy week ahead. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Terry Erickson, here on Seven Rivers Sports.